definition of success is. We want to just become the best version of you in 2023. And hopefully we're going to be able to team up with you and be able to give you just that, the opportunity and the resources to be able to hit your level 10, whatever that may be.
It is important too, because in car sales, you wouldn't think it, but the busiest week of the year is usually the last week of the year.
Yes.
And then the second busiest week of the year is the first week of the year. It's really kind of changed. It used to be July and August, but now it's right around the corner. So it's a great time to kind of get reset and get remotivated.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that too. So just imagine this. Imagine you go through the workshop, right? And all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, now I get it. I understand what's been holding me back from showing up. And so now you've got this momentum going, like you're lit, you're fired up, you're excited. You've got this new outlook and you realize what's been holding you back. And now all of a sudden you're unleashed, right? This is where you unleash your personal power. And you go into the end of the year with this new attitude and this new excitement and this new viewpoint. And you just go in there and just kill it. So when people walk in the door, instead of having a kind of this, a neutral kind of energy, you're just radiating awesome, right? I mean, you're just radiating where you've got that spirit. You are in spirit, right? Going into the end of the year, and people can feel that, right? Selling is nothing more than a transference of feeling. So they're going to feel your energy when they walk in the door, like, wow, this is amazing. I can't wait to buy a car. You're going to give not only are they going to give a gift to themselves by getting their vehicle that they want to get, but you're also going to be giving them a really good experience in the process, which in turn is going to make you feel pretty darn good finishing out the year strong.
Absolutely. And you'll be reinforced by the fact that it is one of the busiest times of the year. So you're going to get a chance to practice and see the benefits of your work in really short order coming right up. And then all you have to do is just subscribe to Wrestling with Sales on YouTube. You can also follow on LinkedIn, and I'll make sure we repost and have multiple notices of when that's coming up. I just wanted to hit a little bit of the Wrestling with Sales theme too. Just a couple quick ones for you. Chris Jericho, the Ring of Honor World Champion, a pro wrestling legend. Right. He comes out to the ring to his song, Judas. I'm becoming Judas in my mind. I just think that is such a applicable song for sales, because so many salespeople, they do become Judas in their mind and they talk themselves out of selling something. Do you see that across industries where you just decide, I can't sell this person? And once you decide that, you're right, you won't.
Yeah, in every industry, we see this, right? I mean, so people are worried about COVID, or they're worried about inflation, and they're worried about interest rates, and they're worried about all these other things. But the worst enemy we have is ourselves, right? We talk ourselves out of the sale before it even happens. And the thing is that a lot of times, like if nobody ever told you that anything was going on, or like literally. Like if somebody pre-framed you, wow, this person that's coming in the door, I wish I had this person because they're so ready to buy a car. If somebody told you that, right, you would think completely differently.
Sure.
So it's really all about the stories that you tell yourself in your mind before they walk in the door. You have to understand, right? Especially going into the end of the year. If somebody's walking in at the end of the year, they are ready to buy a vehicle, right? Because walks in, if they the holidays is one of those times where people's checkbooks open up and they are conditioned to spend money. So if they're walking in to buy a vehicle, I'm pretty darn sure it's not necessarily because they just need one, right? They probably are walking in there because they're like, you know what, I'm worth it. I'm going to get myself a new vehicle right now. Sure. And they are desperately looking for somebody who's going to sell it to them, right? They want somebody who's going to make that a magical experience for them. And that can be you. So you just have to look at that person walking in the door, knowing that they are hot to trot, right? They are ready to buy a car.
They want to get a better experience at the dealership than they get at the Starbucks or the Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yes. Yes.
But
and there's a lot to be learned about that too. Like Chick-fil-A is amazing.
They are.
Right. The way that they treat you is heads and tails above any other place that you go. So there's a lot to be learned about that, how courteous they are, how attentive they are to what you want. And that's why you always see these lines wrapped around, wrapped around the building to go there. So couldn't that be you? Couldn't you have a line, of people that are just waiting to talk to you specifically because of the kind of person you are and the kind of experience that you've become known for? That's a world class. That's somebody who's world class, playing at a world class level. And it's just a decision. You just have to decide that that's who you're going to be.
Absolutely. And one other wrestling reference. I got my Penta Zero Miedo.
Nice.
Mask. Zero Miedo, no fear. So have no fear. Because the other thing that really just kills sales, you have the proposal, you have the worksheet, and you look at it and go, oh my God, it's $900 a month. I wouldn't pay that. And then walk over kind of shaking and set it down for the customer. Here's the deal. Here's what we got. I know you probably don't want to do that. No, I don't. As if you had Zero Miedo and you just walked it up there and said, wow, hey, this is a great deal. I can't believe we had this car in stock and you can get it for only $895 a month. That's way less than you were thinking. Let's just go. Which one's going to have the better chance? The last one. But so many times we destroy ourselves just from the beginning. And I know that's another part of the program is just kind of unleashing your power and not holding yourself back, not being as restricted by your own fears, your own demons, your own reservations to stopping yourself from being successful.
It's funny you say that too, because I think everybody needs to understand that something like a vehicle, sometimes somebody buying a vehicle, it's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a need. It may be just something that they want. So for example, like my father-in-law, boy, I mean, he was just itching. He wanted to buy a Corvette, right? He wanted to buy a Corvette. And, if you understood that was just his thing, like that scratched his itch, that's what he wanted, right? It wasn't about the price of it. It was like the experience. Like if you could put him in there and he could, feel the leather and he could, feel the engine rumble and he could just, that would be it. And not only are they willing to pay for the actual vehicle, but now the person that you're thinking doesn't have any money is going to turn around and spend thousands of dollars on the accessories that are going to go along with it because it's part of the experience that they want. They're going to buy the hat, they're going to buy the jacket, they're going to buy the t-shirt, they're going to buy all the extra little things that go along with it. So this person that you think because of your thoughts around money doesn't have the money, this person has the money to spend money on what they want, right? Mm-hmm. They have the money to spend it on what they want, for sure.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Bill, thanks a lot for joining me today on Wrestling with Sales. You get to be the Dealership Rescue Sales Entertainer of the Week.
I love it.
And we'll be back on Wednesday, November 30th. We'll host the Tony Robbins virtual workshop. All you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel, Wrestling with Sales. Follow on LinkedIn. It was a $3,500 value prior to the pandemic. It still is. It's just they're giving it away for free. And all you have to do is sign up. You can take part of it. Along with Bill Storm, one of only 6 trainers personally selected by Tony Robbins. So it's just a great opportunity to get yourself ready for the end of the year. Bill, I want to thank you again and look forward to getting together here at the end of the month.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, Gerald. It was an absolute pleasure. And, this year's theme, Tony has a signature hat every year. It says Live Lucky Hat. And the theme for this year was Be a Blessing. And that's why we're offering this thing, $3,500 for training, because Tony challenges, what can we do to be a blessing in people's lives? And the thing is to get out there when people are struggling mentally, to get them back in the right kind of mindset so that we're not just thinking about surviving, but we're all thriving and we're all stronger, we're all smarter together. So I'm happy to be there for you. Block off that time. I'm going to bring the heat. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be entertaining. You guys will laugh. We're going to have a lot of fun in the process.
That's awesome. Hey, looking forward to it. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks to everybody who joined live on LinkedIn. And thanks to everybody who's watching on YouTube. I look forward to stepping into the ring next time on Wrestling with Sales.